And mega, 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 mega love. Shout out. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Ayan, magandang umaga, tanghali, gabi sa lahat ng mga Pilipino and to all the people around the world. Konbanwa. O, di ba? Ayan. Ay, syempre, nandiyan na si Allen. O, di ba? Nakapasyal ka, Allen, Ma'am IC. Mega, mega love shout out po. And of course, to my admin. O, di ba? Kumusta ka naman, Allen? How you doing? Ayan, anong ginagawa mo? Nasa biyahe ka ba, Allen? Ayan. So, tonight, we're going to talk about being delusional. O, di ba? I like that. I like to talk about this tonight. Tonight is our Saturday just chatting. Everything is just opinion based on your life stories or experiences, of course. And in this live stream, we can always remember we can agree to disagree. I want you to learn how to have a good conversation without taking anything personal. O, diba? Ganon. Ayan. Thank you. And of course, to Nick Nick, mega, mega love shout out. And to all of you guys who are here live. Ayan. It would be a pleasure, o, diba? Give me a favor naman. Share this live stream to your social media or community. Let's talk about being delusional, o, diba? What's the mga ano, ambisyosa sa Tagalog, o, diba? Nick, mega, mega love shout out to you as well. O, diba? And to all naman, for all the replays out there, ayan, I'll put the timestamps after the live stream so you can actually skip throughout the live stream. And I do upload clips from time to time. So if you don't have time to watch the whole stream, please do subscribe. Yeah, like and share this channel. Ayan, help me with my algorithm. And of course, you can check out my uploads. I've been doing React. I've been doing a lot of my opinions, and I want to hear your opinions as well, of course. Everything is all about different experience, different perspective, ganon. Tatanong ko lang kung ano sa Tagalog yun eh. Delusional. O, yung delusional, yung parang ano, yung hibang. Ang alam ko sa Tagalog, kahibangan, gano'n. We're gonna learn all about this. And of course, to fellow Filipino, ayan, sa mga fellow Filipino ko dyan, huwag kayong mahiya magtanong. Kapag kunwari may mga deep English na lalabas, magtanong kayo kahit sa Tagalog. This is a multilingual live stream. I want to kind of like, reach out not just to my fellow Filipinos, but as well to all the people that can speak English. This is the time you can actually practice your English because I'm not going to judge. Because sometimes I do have bad grammar as well. And there's a lot of English that are, have deeper meanings that I think it should be, like share to you guys, all the informations, especially mental health, what's the differences para hindi tayo over-exaggerated kasi minsan OA na, kumbaga, diba, ganon. So, practice your English here if you're not, it's not your mother tongue, tongue, oh, diba? Mali-mali na kagad. Pero yung delusional, if I'm not mistaken, kung hindi ako nagkakamali, ang delusional is pwedeng sa Tagalog kahibangan. Yung nag-iisip ka ng para sa sarili mo, totoo yun. Pero hindi naman. Huwag mo ipilit. Ganon ka. We're going to talk about that. Ayan, because I've been trying to think about this. Like, how am I going to talk about this, and how am I going to educate people not to be delusional? But while I was researching this being delusional, I kind of like stumbled upon different videos that I think, like they're promoting being delusional can help you change your life for the better. O, diba? So, being delusional is a form of manifestation. This word manifestation is coming out. So I am just trying to wonder, like, if you ever had any opinions, and maybe there are a lot of perspective that I probably didn't think about, that you might educate me, something like that. So it's just a form of like discussion of different perspective. O, diba? May kakilala ba kayo guys na hiba? Because there are a lot of disorders. Ibig sabihin, disorder, yung may mali sa'yo. Yun yung mga napupunta sa. Well, I'm just trying to lighten up this, how serious this conversation could be. So keep that in mind, guys, that sometimes I'll put humor. And so that it's not as, like we can talk it lightly, because some people can be triggered with this word. And kapag na-triggered, one of the things that I try for myself, even, and as well with you guys, is to try to kind of like hold accountability, or kind of like process things in a way that you wouldn't be triggered, or you wouldn't attack somebody else, or some people that wouldn't agree with your opinion. Yun yung mga gusto kong pag-aralan nating lahat, hindi lang kayo, pati ako. O, diba? Ang cute. Ayan. Hi, beautiful. Aw, thank you, 100% true. And konnichiwa. Diba? Ang cute mo sa suot mo ngayon, boss. Yes. Actually, guys, kung hindi nyo natatanong, di ba? If you're not asking, guys, this is actually a sports bra, but this, I'm sorry, but I feel like, this is embarrassing and complimentary. Maybe I don't know how you're gonna think about this, but this sports bra is actually kids Nike Kids, diba? Because as I've told you guys, I'm really, really short. I'm a petite, short lady. Lady talaga, diba? Lady. So sometimes it's so hard to find clothes that would actually fit for my body. So, hi, Idol. Hi, Topher. Are you ready for March? And guys, don't forget, guys, I'm still searching for our Mr., Miss, or Mrs. March. So stay tuned for whatever our monthly challenge or March challenge. It'll come out soon. I'll post it on community if I'm not going to be able, because I'm not going to be able to tell you what to do this coming month. So just stay tuned, subscribe, turn on all notifications so you won't miss any of my posts. Ganun yun. Ayan. Tidy. What's a tidy? What a tidy body? You mean tiny? Okay. How does it feel to have a tiny body? Um, Light, maybe. Although, like there's a thing. So before we kind of talk about being delusional, Chang Becky! Chang Becky Kang. Ayan, mega, mega love shout out to you. Kumusta ka? Mwah, 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 mwah. Ayan, kumusta ka dyan? I hope you're not stressing out. O, diba? Stressing out talaga. So, the question, how does it feel? Actually, before I even started doing my fitness lifestyle, getting fit, getting healthy, there's actually a difference. It doesn't matter how tiny you are, I think. This is just my observation. It doesn't matter how tiny you are, how heavy you are. But if you know how to control your body, it just feels lighter. Like some people, you would actually see a lot of tiny people like me, like when I was before I did my fitness lifestyle, before I changed my lifestyle, being healthy, I feel really, really heavy, especially when I jog, which I don't do anymore because I don't recommend jogging. Or when like when I'm running, when I'm climbing a stairs and doing stuff, I feel heavy, even though I'm tiny. But after a while of doing fitness, doing exercises, trying to control my body as much as I can, knowing like the proper way of moving your muscles and your body, I feel lighter. So that's another thing. So you should check out all of my workout videos for that. And of course, for March challenge, you definitely should do that and send me the qualifications for your entry so I can actually assess you every last Saturday of the month. I do that. We're doing that and just check it out. Yun, ganon. Ano nga yung question? But being delusional, we're going to start. So if you have any questions, if you have any life stories or life experiences, or even a rant, like you just want to kind of like get your stress out, this is the channel. Talk here. But at the same time, I want you to understand and I want you to learn that everything you say in this live stream on public, you have to understand that some people would react differently than what you expected. And if they do, you have to hold yourself accountable because you shared your stories. Not everyone would like your story. Ganun yun. So wag kayong hibang. Ganun. So don't be delusional thinking everyone would love you because it doesn't work like that. Some people would definitely disagree just because they don't like your face. So there are things and factors like that. So, ganon. Basta, ganon na yun, guys. Ito naman, daming tanong eh. Ikaw, admin, anong tanong mo? So, anong Tagalog? So, naiintindihan mo kung ano yung delusional? Anong ibig sabihin ng delusional? Let's see. Let's see if I can actually see if there's an actual word for delusional in Tagalog. Delusional in Tagalog. Um, so, meaning in Tagalog, delusion. Meron bang delusion sa Tagalog? Parang galit na galit. Parang it hurts na, di ba? Oo, 'di ba? Pero may kakilala ka bang ganyan, admin? May kakilala kang ganyan na yung masyadong hibang? How about you, 100% true? Do you know anybody or do you ever had any experiences with persons that you think they're delusional? You know? Ako marami. Pero yon. But, sometimes I think there are certain, like, in defense to people that seems to kind of like feel they're delusional or natatamaan kayo. Sometimes you can change that. And from time to time, there's another thing. There's an example. I think this would come as delusional is like when someone would ask me if I have money, for example, someone would want to borrow money or something, and they would ask me, can I borrow money? And I would tell them, with a lot of money I have, like millions and millions of money I have in the bank, I cannot lend you money because the bank doesn't allow me to withdraw it. So things like that. But that is humor for me. But if you take that seriously and you're saying it seriously to another person, that could sound like delusional. O, diba? Ganon. Meron ganyan dito, kapit. Uy, Ali. Mamaya mag-isip na sila yung mga kapitbahay mo. Ako ata yun, 'di ba? Pero may mga gano'n talagang tao, 'di ba? Ano ba 'yan, sabi ng Google. Maling akala. And of course, kay Madam Wyla Me, the beautiful ever, ever, ever Filipina beauty. Ayan, Wyla Me is in the house. Guys, I probably would buckle a lot today because for some weird reason, this whole day, from work, I buckle a lot. Like there's words that just doesn't come out and I don't know why. Ganun guys. But maling akala. Sa akin naman ang lumalabas is delusion. O 'di ba? Basahin ko sa inyo 'to guys. Oh, checking if the site connection is secure. Ayaw niyang pumasok, o 'di ba? Sinisecure ng computer ko na 'wag akong pumasok dun. Kaya ayun. And I don't know, kahibangan, ayan nga, oh. How to say delusion in Filipino, maling akala. Uy, tama ka nga, wait lang, maling akala. Nahihibang, delirious, delirium, madness, illusion, moonshine. Why is moonshine like that? Feigning ignorance. Meron pa dito, talimuwang. What is that word? I don't think that's Tagalog. Or paglinlang, pagliligaw. O, di ba? Ayan. Ano daw sabi? Ayun. Nahihibang yang may mga delusion. Exactly. So that's the first thing actually. If someone would ask me what's delusional, I mean, what does it mean in Tagalog? I would say it's the word hibang, kahibangan. Like for example, this word is actually pretty much used in a sense of like in relationships, like some man or woman are so in love with someone that they don't see the red flags or they don't see the real truth that the other person doesn't really like them and they think that person likes them a lot. Those are I don't know if it's going to be delusional in the delusional area or it's just but in Filipino language in Filipino kind of like we use that word hibang in that particular scenario. Tama ba ako? Delusional ako ba? O, di ba? Mga ganon. Mga ganyang style. True, true, true. So, we're going to start, like the definition because this delusional is actually a disorder. It's a disorder. So, alam niyo yung Marikina, guys. Ganon. Ganong disorder, guys. Sa mga telenovela, sinasabi sa mga delusional, nahihibang ka na. Oh, ganon. Yes, exactly. So, delusional means kahibangan, 'di ba? Pwede nating sabihin 'yan. But we're going to find this out because as well as me, I know the word delusional. But having a disorder, ibig sabihin sakit sa utak, 'di ba? Kasi delusional sa utak 'to, yung mindset, 'di ba? So we're going to learn about the deeper meaning. At baka sakali may symptoms kayo na pagiging I'm sorry guys. Sometimes I just couldn't. Sometimes I just like to lighten things up. It just depends. But if it's just me in the camera, I'm definitely going to put humor in something. So don't be triggered. Remember, if you get triggered, count 1 to 10 and then come up with your opinion in a calm manner so we can discuss in a adult way. O, diba? Iba na yung nababaliw. Yun na yung pupuntahan mo, 'di ba? Yun na yung papunta ka na dun. So, we're gaga we're going to talk about all of those things. We're gonna educate ourselves on what is delusional disorder means, and if it's really legit, and if all the symptoms, and how are you going to kind of like change your mentality? Are they like is it possible for us that like people that know delusional people out there, is it possible that we can actually help them, support them, stuff like that? Because I'm pretty sure there are people out there that are delusional but they just don't know they are. So we're going to talk all about that today. Same lang admin, minsan nababaliw na rin. O, Ayun. Kabaliwan, admin. Kahit wala namang lamok, nagpapatay ka lamok. Isa yun. Okay, guys, I'm gonna translate what Wailami is saying. So basically, Wailami, example, you're trying, how do you call? Not, I don't want to, I, you're trying to kill a mosquito when there's no mosquito. Kind of like that. I probably butchered the whole humor thing. Anyways, but to be triggered is the natural impulse of the human emotion. The thing is, when you say triggered, I think, like, I sometimes feel I know what triggered means, but at the same time, like watching and learning of all these things mentally, triggered comes from trauma, or like triggered comes from a certain, how do you call that, situation you are in that weren't really good, not a good experience, or even a traumatic experience, then you triggered with those things. Another thing about triggered is like there are certain things that you just hate or dislike or a pet peeve, and if it's something that is happening around you, then you get triggered. But at the same time, this is what I'm trying to tell, and even me trying to learn for myself, is there are certain situations that you cannot control, especially people that surrounds you. Not everyone would empathize with you. Not everyone knows where you are coming from, and not everyone knows or have the obligation to know where you're coming from. It's not people's responsibility to understand you when you don't know each other, or at least you don't know where the other person is coming from. So, when you're triggered, you have to learn how to calm yourselves, and kind of like it depends, every situation in our lives, it all comes down to how are we going to react on it. And that would be the hardest part, especially if there are a certain traumatic experience that triggers you. So those are the things that I hope me, you guys that are watching this, you already know how to calm yourselves, how to react on certain situations when you're triggered. Because sometimes it's not always nice that if you're triggered, then you kind of like put out all the stresses or anger or anything on the person that doesn't have to do anything about that. So those are the things that I kind of like really, really interested to learn in my life. So I hope you guys also, have at least an interest to better yourselves in that manner. Yes, ganon. Hibang ka kapag iniisip mo lahat ng tao magkukumporme dahil triggered ka. It doesn't have to be like that, guys. You have to be basically hold accountable yourselves. Ano ba yan? Bakit pa bulol-bulol ako ngayon? Nanggigigil na talaga ako. Ayan. But you have to hold accountability on every behavior. It couldn't be a perfect, like every behavior you have, you're going to like basically act the way you are. We're not perfect, guys. But if every time na lang, lagi-lagi na lang triggered ka, tas kami mag adjust. Wow naman, di ba? So, mga ganong bagay lang naman. Matuto kang maging mabuting tao, hindi lang para sa sarili mo, para din sa mga tao sa paligid mo, especially to those people that really cares about you. Because sometimes when you're not trying to better yourselves or yourself, oh, singular na lang, yourself, you basically pushed people away from you. The real people that actually cares about you, you pushed them away. So don't be like that. Ayun. How can you hold yourself accountable when you're delusional in the first place? And that's the thing that we're going to talk about today. So I kind of like prepared clips and, like information so that we can actually ponder or linger or have a discussion about so we can actually understand delusional people. At the same time, maybe, tamaan ng onting, di ba? Onting kibot sa mga puso ninyo na may symptoms kayong ganito. So, but again, these are all based on articles. Always cross reference your information. Don't just, like, don't just focus on one information. Always kind of like get information from different sides, from different organization. Because the thing is, sometimes when you're so focused on one thing, you forget to understand the other factors that could factor on that disorder. Ganon. Ang dami kong sinabi. Ayan. Ang galing ko, hindi ako nabulol doon. O, di ba? So, we're going to start that in 3, 2, 1. Charot. O, di ba? Kala mo magaling na ako mag-direct. Hindi pa naman, guys. Yes, ayan. So, I'm gonna get ready. What is delusional disorder? That's what we're going to talk about. So, if you have any opinion, perspective, let me know in the comments down below if you're watching this on replay. And for you guys that are watching this live, please let me know, just tell me. I see. What if? What if? What if, if you're delusional and you're not aware of it? Exactly. There's a lot of that. And that's why I said earlier, how much of it, or is it possible, us, family member, a friend, you know, a partner, how much, or is it possible, or what are the things that we can do to actually let the people that we care about that they're delusional, that they need help, or they need something to kind of like make them aware of these things, because it does happen. There's a lot of these orders out there that the person itself doesn't know it exists. Ouch. Hold on, guys. Okay, nawala. Buti nawala. Ang pangit ko pa naman mag-hatching. Masyadong malakas. Anyways, guys, let's see. I hope I can do this good for you guys, because I really did try to prepare for this, because it's going to be live, react, and stuff like that. So, whew, let's do this. Diba? Let's do this. Tin, 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 tin. Anyways. Diba? Ayan. Is it okay, guys? You're not having hard time. Try to keep up with what I'm saying. Diba? Ayan, delusional disorder. Now, I'm not talking about other people or family friends. I'm referring, what if IC is delusional? What if I am delusional? We'll see. We'll see if I am delusional. Diba? We'll definitely see to the end of this live stream if I am a delusional person. Diba? That's the meaning of this live stream. You're trying to be aware, trying to be self aware, trying to get information as much as you can, having a discussion and stuff like that. So maybe at some point you'll understand yourselves better. At the end of the day, you yourself are the only person that could change your life for the better or for the worse. It's up to you guys. It's really up to you. And let's see. Mhm. Okay, can you see that, guys? I hope you can see that. So, delusional disorder is a type of mental health condition in which a person can't tell what's real from what's imagined. So, ibig sabihin sa Tagalog, ito yung mga tipo ng tao na hindi nila alam. Just like what 100% True says, they don't know kung ano yung realidad sa imahinasyon. Yun yung ibig sabihin ng delusional disorder. And it is a mental health condition, which is, I hope at this point, after all of the pandemic and stuff like that, I hope you understand how much important that you take care, not just your body, but your mental health. It's very, very important. Ayan, sounds to me, ayan, asumero. 'Di ba? We have something in Tagalog we call you 100% true. Pala desisyon, ganon. You are that kind of person, you know. And nasa na ako? There are many types, including persecutory. Ooh, what's persecutory means? Jealous and grandiose types. It's treatable with psychotherapy and medication. And that's the thing. I've been seeing a lot of this word, which is psychotherapy. And I'm really, really interested. And I hope one day we can really get a set of schedule because I'm talking to a person who is a psychotherapy therapist, ayan, and I think she is willing to give time for us to talk about what are psychotherapy, what are the benefits of it. So hopefully we can get her in our show. Ganon. And ayun. So what is delusional disorder? Ito na yung tinatanong nyo kanino. Ano yung delusional disorder? Ano ba yung kahibangan? 'Di ba? So delusional disorder is a type of wow, o 'di ba? Psychotic disorder. The word, 'di ba? Its main symptom is the presence of one or more delusions. So ibig sabihin, kapag marami kang imahinasyon na hindi naman realidad, it's not realistic, it's not real, you have so much imagination, one or more, then the main symptom, yun na yun. Yun na yun talaga, guys. A delusion is an unshakable belief in something that's untrue. Meaning, kahit ano pang ibigay sa inyong information, kahit ano pang sabihin sa inyo, 'di ba? Hindi ka maniniwala. Kasi yung belief mo, yung paniniwala mo is really talagang solid na solid. So it's that one. So the belief isn't a part of the person's culture or subculture, and almost everyone else knows this belief to be false. Oh, 'di ba? Naintindihan niyo yun, guys, 'di ba? So the thing is, you're asking 100% true. Sounds to me like you're not considering the possibility that you may be delusional. Ano daw? Sounds to me like you're not considering the possibility. I'm not considering, of course, I'm not considering I'm delusional because I am not. Because I think you can understand. And that's another part of why I wanted to kind of like raise awareness with this one, is because there are people out there, I believe, that they just don't know what's real and what is imagination. But at the same time, there's another clip that we're going to talk about because there's other disorders, there are other, like psychotic disorder, mental health conditions like schizophrenia. So what are the difference of being schizophrenia, hallucinations and stuff like that, then a delusional disorder? Are these people actually really not understand what's the difference of your imagining things, making things up, or are they consciously knowing that they're making a story, or they making up something that isn't true? And as far as your question, yes, because I know what I touch, what I do, and that's why we have friends, we have people that we trust to tell us what are the truth, what are the things that we didn't see. It's very important that you have someone in your life that would tell you, even though it's gonna hurt you, that will tell you exactly the things that you couldn't see. And that person is something that you actually trust, that you love, that you respect, because if you don't respect that person, you're probably not gonna believe her or him either way. Yo, 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 Shirley, ano ba daw yun? Long time no see, Shirley. Ayan, kumusta, kumusta? And mega love shout out, Shirley. Ikaw, Shirley, may kilala ka bang hibang? You are not delusional. What if other people are also not delusional? What if you're interpreting them falsely? So the thing is, this is another reason that I like discussion, because like I've known you 100% true for a while, like talking on the live chat and on screen. So when we have discussion and conversation, there are ways to ask questions, and choosing the right words can help you achieve, you know, getting the real context or getting the real answer when you're asking questions for someone. Like this question is for me. What if I'm interpreting them falsely? And the thing of this live stream is that I'm not talking and I'm not vindicating people, based on my experience. It's just talking. But what I'm doing now here is basically getting the information out there. I'm not saying these things what are delusional and what are not. I'm just basically sharing what I've learned to you guys. And it's up to you guys if you want to kind of like, as you've said, interpret them falsely. And that's the reason, judgment are always going to be there in our own heads, but at the same time, it's up to you if you're gonna voice it out or you're just gonna keep it to yourself, okay? Yes, I'm sorry, Icy, for coming across as disrespectful. It's all fine, 100% true. And that's the thing. Like with me as a live streamer, the thing that I really am trying hard to get is like I understand how much choosing words or words that you choose, and that's why I think I sometimes buckle a lot, is because like when you're talking with friends, you don't really need to kind of like filter words, not what you believe in. It's just the choice or the words that you choose, because you have to understand, in a public live stream or in a public speech, for example, or things that you kind of like, you're sharing your opinion or your words. If your intention is sharing knowledge, you don't want to come up as something like, I know all of these things. And the heart of this channel is basically, I want to know your opinions. I want to know where you're coming from. I want to understand and let you know that if nobody understands you, if you're in this live stream and if you're in this community, let me try to understand you. Let me kind of like layered out, or how do you call that? Kind of like be specific, not be specific. It's almost like sometimes there are just people out there that couldn't voice out, just like you, 100% true. And you've talked about this. You're trying to kind of like, when you talk on screen, it's different because you're trying to choose your words that you're gonna spit out. But when you're on chat, because it's different, then sometimes it could really, really mean different things. But as I've told you, I don't have problem with that. I just want you to kind of like understand, be aware that these are happening and what are the things that you can actually do to get better. Because I'm not talking about this because I've been there or done that, or I want to feel like I'm superior. It's nothing like that. The same as you guys, I'm trying to figure things out. And with the help of you guys, trying to understand different factors, different backgrounds, different cultures, I might have to understand a little bit more, open my mind to more information out there that I probably wouldn't even think about if not for you guys. So those are the things that you have to understand. I see. How do you think you sound when texting? Depends. Depends on the person that I talk to. I notice this a lot, actually. I really notice this a lot. Let's see. So sometimes when you're talking to a nice, like I have this very, very nice friend, like you couldn't do anything wrong. So when she reads my text, it always comes from a good intention. Like even if I would capitalize all of my hello, like all capital HELLO, for some, like for example, for American, like my American friends or people that I know of, when you put all capital in your text, they always think that you're shouting. And I think it's from because that's how they interpret that. But where I come from, it's just basically for me in my head, it's just emphasizing, but I'm not angry. It's just emphasizing the word. So there are a lot of things that could take place. Depends on the person who reads your text. I think that's what it comes down to. So let's move forward with this, guys. Ayan. So people with delusional disorder often experience non-bizarre delusion. Ayan. What is it? I couldn't really understand. Would she still interpret it as a positive when you add this emoji? Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I couldn't really see. It's so small. Anyways, ayan. So, non bizarre delusions involve situations that could possibly occur in real life, such as being followed, deceived, or loved from a distance. These delusions usually involve the misinterpretation of perceptions or experiences. In reality, these situations are either untrue or are highly exaggerated. So, did you understand that, guys? Diba? Yun yung sinasabi kanina. Like I've told you guys, the word kahibangan in Tagalog, we usually kind of like use that in a certain way where it's all about kind of like loved or being deceived. Like there are certain instances, for example, I don't know if this comes out. Like, let me know, guys, in the comments down below, or I mean, live chat down below. If you think, like, if you are, for example, you're an old person, right? And in your head, you think people are ought to harm you, like ought to really harm you, and that's in your head, but it's not real. No one wants to harm you. Does that a delusional? Is that a non-bizarre delusions? So these are the things that I kind of like wanted to know the differences, the level, if you think about it, because I think the more you understand how much delusions can affect somebody. And I think if you really have someone out there that you think are delusional, I mean, how can you help them? Is it something really serious or is it just something that like a playful act or things like that? So let's see, guys. Which else? And this people with delusional disorder often continue to socialize and function well. See, they're just normal people. So apart from the subject of their delusion, so ibig sabihin ito yung mga tao na normal naman sila. So nakakapag-function sila sa mga social gatherings, pero hindi dun sa mismong subject kung saan sila merong kahibangan. So yun yung mga bagay na medyo pwede mo silang it seems na they're okay, but if you go to the subject of their delusion, then things could go wrong, 'di ba? Generally, they don't behave in an odd, unusual manner. So, this is another thing, like in the Philippines, we have this stigma of people who have, like, if you have a mental health disorder, generally, it's almost like they have such mannerisms that they're not right in the head. So that's what it is. But this delusional disorder, people who have delusional disorder, they it says they don't behave in an odd or unusual manner. So they can be they you can see them and they're just like you and me. They're just normal people that are functioning in society, except for what's their delusions. Ganon. So, this is unlike people with psychotic disorders who might also have delusions as a symptoms. In some cases, however, people with delusional disorder might become so preoccupied with their delusions that their lives are disrupted. So, that's another thing. When you are delusional, it could be okay, depend on how kagrabe, how much of the delusion or imagination you have. But at the same time, if you cannot be self-aware about it, then you might just make your life worse. Things could probably not go the way you wanted it to be because of these delusions. So that's another thing. Asa na ba? So there are types of delusional disorder. So there's erotomanic, which is very, 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 very like this is the first time I've heard about this word. And people with this type of delusional disorder believe that another person, often someone important or famous, is in love with them. So I guess that's part we talked about earlier, about love and relationship and the examples of this. And that is what we call erotomanic. So I guess it comes from the word what? What's the word erotica or something? Ganun ba yun? Erosious. Is there a word erosious? I think there's there's no word erosious. But those, so they may attempt to contact the person of the delusion and engage in stalking behavior. Yes. So that's erotomanic. So that's a delusional disorder. So earlier 100% true was asking like how much of it are delusional and how much do you know if you're delusional. So, to answer that question, I don't think that I'm not erotomanic delusional disorder because I don't think like that. Like humor wise, I would assume like in my head, like but I know the difference of humor, like dreaming, daydreaming, and definition of like what's real. So I don't think I'm erotomanic. How about you guys? What do you think? Do you have this kind of feeling? If you are, and if you're watching this, I might laugh, here and there, but it doesn't mean I'm trying to like, like make fun of you. I really don't. I'm just trying to have a nice kind of like lighten up a little bit because this is like real issues. There's a lot of people out there that really have these kinds of issues. And I think it's very important that rather than attack them, but it depends, it depends. Rather than attack them of their delusions or whatever they're thinking in their head, I think we should kind of like first try to understand and maybe they can actually realize it for themselves, especially if they feel that someone out there really cares about this stuff and that, like you can change this. Like you can actually like, you know, take medications if you can, see a doctor, see a therapist and stuff like that. Someone important or famous in love with them? Yes, there are people out there. So, storytelling. Let's do a story because I remember this story. Okay. Okay. What? I love you, Icy. I love you too. I love me. I do love you. Like, I really, really hope I could go to the Philippines, but I'm pretty sure this coming, supposedly, I'm going to the Philippines. It might get postponed. It might not gonna happen. But, Madam Wailami, pasyal ka dito sa Japan. Ipapasyal kita ng bongga talaga. So I love him. And I see, as a person hosting a live stream on a public platform, don't you feel someone being delusional over you? Well, if I am or if I have a narcissistic personality, I would probably think about that. But that's another topic that I kind of wanted to tackle and of course kind of like share awareness as well is the narcissistic disorder. But I don't think like that. I just don't. I just don't, you know. Yes! Yes, yes, yes. Ipapasyal kita dito ng bonggang-bongga. Basta Tokyo, ah. Ayan, gano'n. So, that's one of the things. So, my story, Kay. So, I actually just watched this. This is a story about a girl who have a YouTube channel, and just he basically she uploaded this kind of videos, and this was back in the day. Like back in the day, there's a girl who uploads videos of herself, like talking to a camera, like what I do now, but in a way where it seems like she's talking to someone, a particularly somebody, a specific someone. And it's almost like, like pronouncing and expressing her love for that person. And this person all of a sudden doesn't, doesn't upload anymore, and before she was missing, because she got missing, before she got I'm really bad at this. I'm trying to get better at storytelling, guys. Ayan. I see. We get that you don't think like that, but isn't it important to understand how other people think so that you can understand the world better? Well, if we come to talk about it, like if you really want to press the issue of someone is in love, or how did you say that? Or feel someone being delusional over me, I mean, why would I know that? And how would I know that? I think it's not my place. And that's the reason I'm talking about this. Is like, as I've said earlier, remember and listen, guys. Is it possible for us people around this type of people that has delusional disorder, is it possible that we can actually reach out to them or help them? Is there any ways that we can help them? And that's, I think, one of the purpose of this live stream. And Sisi Koy! Sisi Koy, ikaw, may kakilala kang hibang. Ayan, ayan ang ating pinag-uusapan ngayon sa mga Tagalog dyan. Ang ating topic ngayon ay kahibangan. Ano nga ba ang kahibangan? At ito ba ay sakit? Yun yung ating pag-uusapan ngayong gabi. Ayan, thank you, thank you. And Jerviness! Ay, Jervy. Mwah, 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 mwah. Ikaw, Jervy, may kakilala ka bang hibang sa'yo? O, diba? Ayan, sisikoy. So, let's go back to the story. Let me try this again. Ang gulo nyo kasi. Kayo, talaga sising ko kayo kasi kayo magulo, diba? It's not me there. I think it's me. I think sometimes I feel like I'm so much over my head that sometimes my brain it's super fast. It thinks super fast, and my mouth and my words are keeping up with it. So I'm really sorry, but I know I'm gonna get better. I'm trying to get better at storytelling, telling, a story out there for you guys so you can understand it. Yes, you can help them by telling them the truth by saying, I don't like you. What? Is this like a dating thing? I'm not dating anyone. I just love the attention that I'm getting from you, and I'm using. Who am I using? Oh my God. Pala decision si 100% true. Miss you allness, long time no see. I know you've been busy, but I've been seeing your live stream on replays, Jervy. I see. Ayan. And of course, Jervy from Madam Wailami. Ako, Diyosa, hibang din. May sinabi si Sisi ko eh. Ako, laging hibang. Ayun. Kanino? Diba? There's a person here. Ayan. Diba? We have a comedian in the house, guys. Ayan, if you don't know her, ayan, admin, just drop the link of Sisi Koy. Please check her out. Ayan, a Filipino comedian, guys. Love him, or love her. I don't know. You decide, guys. Hibang over someone. Yes, iciness. May kilala ako na hihibangness sa akin. Lalo ngayon. Ay, what? Sana all. Diba? Ayan. But like, the thing is, let's go back to this. Because I'm going to try and put this out there. So I've told this many times. I'm the type of person. When I like you, I'll say it. Sometimes I could be aggressive about it. I just feel like if you like someone, just say it. Because time is precious. If you're just gonna keep it to yourself, you'll probably might regret it. I don't know. I'm not you, but the thing is, if I like someone, whether it's just for a friend, whether it's, something that I like about them, I say it because it's nice to do. It feels nice for me. And I think for the person that I'm talking to about what I like about them, they feel nice as well. So it's, but if I don't like you, if we're in that kind of like category, like we're friends or like, yeah, I'll tell you exactly things like that. But, everyone is different, guys. And that's why I think it's very important that we really practice self-awareness. 'Di ba? Yung alam mo kung ano yung nangyayari sa paligid mo. Marunong kang tumanggap ng pagkakamali pag mali ka. Nakikita mo yung mga bagay na alam mo na masaya para sa'yo at wala ka namang naaapakang iba, then go. But if you think you're doing something that affects other people, then you might doing something wrong. So you might have to change a little bit of character or mindset, for just become better person, not just for people around you, become a better person for you alone. So at the end of our life on this earth, you'll be happy that you are a better person unless you want to be a bad person, unless you don't want to feel loved, unless you don't want to feel welcome, then do you boo boo. Ganon. In that case, I see. Wow. I know that you're going in here. So in that case, I see. What do you like about me? So what do I like about 100% true? Or I can do this if you want me to tell you what do you like. But the thing is, we're talking about delusional guys. We're doing different, but we're just chatting anyway. So we're doing that. If you want me to tell you what I like about you, let me know in the live chat right now and I'll tell you exactly what I like about you guys if you're up for it. So, with you 100% true, what I like about you is that when you're on screen, on screen, you're really like super well spoken. Like you try hard to put your feelings out there or like your interest on things, and then you're trying hard to kind of like choose your words to kind of like make the other person that you have a conversation with feels like you're asking real questions, on the live chat it's a different thing. Nah, don't 100% true, but seriously, I think the thing that I like not just with you 100% is like I think with you guys, people who come in my live stream, all of you, what I like about you guys is like you don't you're trying to open up. You're trying to open up, have a discussion. From time to time, we're gonna have like people that would wanted to be right. They don't want to agree to disagree. They just one way. But at the same time, most of you guys that are still here from the first time that I've known you in this stream till now, I just know that I know the changes. Like I feel even though we're just talking on camera here, if you're such a regular on my live stream, I do feel a connection where I feel like every time we talk, I see the changes of mindset with you guys. And I think that's an important thing. And that's why you're still here in this channel. And sometimes, you spend time with me every Saturdays. I feel like you think the same way that we need more information, we need discussion, we need conversation, how much hard the topic is, we can actually agree to disagree. Some people, it would be hard for them, but at the same time I see the changes of each and every one of you that I kind of known, that you're trying to be a better person, and I think that's one of the reasons that you're here with me. You want the same goal as me, to be better, to try to be better. So do you want to know what I like about you? Ooh, scary. I feel like you're gonna say something that I won't like. Go ahead, 100% true. Make my day. Diba? May pag ganon. But, so, we are actually, just to recap you guys, ayan, we just do have, because it's a live stream, guys. I want to know your your opinions and perspective. So if you're watching this on replay, if you want, you can actually come here every Saturday, 9:45 p.m. Japanese Standard Time. Maybe Google it out on your time zone, and then you can have this kind of interactions from me, from the people in the community, the viewers, and it could be such a discussion. And so we're going to number two. Earlier is the erotomanic, which means you feel like someone famous and someone important out there is in love with you. And the thing is, oh, the story. Should I do the story, guys? Or let's just move on? Because I kind of butchered the story, I feel like. I wasn't ready for this story. Moving on, let's move on, guys. Press one if you want to move on. But before that, guys, hold on, guys. I just need to fix something real quick. I'm really sorry. Gomenasai. I'm just gonna fix something real quick and then I'll come back. So stay here, stay tuned. Your opinions, just type it out. I'm gonna come back at it. I'm gonna read all of them. Just let me have this quick break. Okay, guys. Am I loud and clear? I'm sorry, guys. I just needed to do something. So, what we are talking about is, okay, let me just read the things you've said. Oh, that is cute. I love the fact that you're open-minded and really think about things with an inquisitive mind without judgment. That's why I enjoy interacting with you. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I do appreciate that. I do. I really do appreciate that. That's a nice, nice, nice things to say. Well, the thing is, I really think that being open minded is very important, especially if you are living in this time in the world, because there's a lot of things that are happening right now, and sometimes it's just so chaotic. And let's not start with the movement and, all of the things that are happening in the West. There are just a lot of things that are factoring each and everyone's mindset, each and everyone's how they perceive the world. So to be an open minded and trying to think things through, without, I mean, don't get me wrong. I do judge. Everyone judge. Everyone judge, guys. It's just a matter of how are you going to kind of like deal with that judgment in your head. Are you the type of person just because this is what you think it is, because based on your life experiences, then you're gonna judge someone and then you're gonna tell it to the world because this is what it is, you know? But at the same time, you can judge in your own tiny head, and you don't have to say these things, especially if the person has nothing to do with you. There are those things. You just have to understand that a lot of people comes from different background, different trauma, different experiences, different culture even. So you have to understand whatever you think is not what they think. And sometimes the things, and these are one of the things that's why I love being open minded and I love talking to people, is because sometimes it makes me, there's there's a high when sometimes you're in a situation or when you're lost in your own thoughts, and when you voice it out, you have a conversation with someone, and then they will tell you something that you never thought about, but it's so simple, but you never thought about it. So it's really, really like it's a different happiness for me when it's like, how am I not thinking like that? So, and it feels like for me, that's my path of self discovery. That's a path of where I can actually understand who I am, who I want to be in my life, who I want to be with my partner, who I want to be with you guys, with you here in the community, or like just everyone around me. So I think it's very important and I like it. And if you're like me, you might like it too. So why not try it out together? What have people said they like about you? A lot. Nah. Well, the most common ones, I think it's I'm open. I get that a lot. Like I'm so when I say open, it's so weird when you say open. It seems cringy. But what I mean is like I try to understand as much as I can. But don't get me wrong, I do have boundaries, and we will talk about boundaries, soon enough. I want to know if you do have boundaries to yourselves, if you even know how to put boundaries that are really good for you and people around you. How do you balance those things and stuff? So that's another thing. So moving on, guys, and moving on. Hold on. Let me do this. So there's a second, because remember, there are three types of delusional disorder. So we're just going to go to three of these things, okay? So another one is grandiose. Oh, there's a lot. There's actually different types. Why am I saying three types? So there's a lot, guys. So we're going to go through it super fast. And so there's grandiose, okay? So these are people that have an overinflated sense of self worth, power, knowledge or identity. Sa Tagalog, guys, pabida. Ganon. Ayan. They may believe they have a great talent or have made an important discovery. So, meaning these are the people, maybe in a small way, in a harsher way, if I could explain it, is these are the people that basically, when you stumbled upon someone that they would tell you they know how to sing, that they're good singer. They're like the best singer there is. And then they sing. And then the fact of the matter is they're not, but they believe it. They believe it so much, they go to the extra length to tell the whole world they're good at singing. So I guess that's grandiose, and that's another type of delusional disorder. Another one is jealous. This would be interesting. These are the type of people that have delusional disorder, that their spouse or sexual partner is unfaithful without any concrete evidence. Hi, guys. Kaway-kaway dyan sa mga ganito yung pakiramdam, guys. Pwede pala tayo maging delusional. Agoy. So, we should stop that, guys. Before you get really jealous and act on anything, you have to have a concrete evidence. Ouch! O, di ba? Ganun. You know what, guys? Just to say this, the thing is, like, back it out. What is this? Why is it like this? Hold on, guys. Let me do this stuff. This is kind of weird. Where is it? Why it's not showing up? Hmm. Is it this one? Okay, this one. Ayan. So, sinabi ko naman na kanina. I know. And the thing is, like Wilemy says earlier, this is one of the things that is delusional. And the thing is, I just kind of wanted to go through this information that kind of like a clean thing. Like, I'm not going to assume what does this mean, because I want to kind of come from a, like ignorance point of view. So it's like refreshing, so I'm trying to understand this as much as I can. But the thing is, before I got married, I wasn't jealous. I was never jealous. Like, my mindset is like, if you like someone and we're dating, we're over. That's basically how I think. If I feel that certain kind of like I have to compete with someone, for me, why would I have to compete with someone? If you like somebody, if you like her, and you really think that she's better than me, then don't waste your time with me and then move on with her. That's how I think back in the day. And then I got married. Things got serious. So I did at one point of my life became like this. Like, I was so over my head that I basically create this this jealousy, and it's not even there. Like, because I come also from a deep rooted culture where, a lot of women in my family and around me promote the woman instinct. Like, if you feel something is wrong, there's definitely wrong without concrete evidence. So I kind of like believe that. But at the same time, when it comes to jealousy, this is the tricky part. That's why this is very, very no in a relationship, because it could get worse, and I get to that point. But at the same time, because I constantly check myself if it's real, if it's not real, I have to understand, I have to act on this jealousy, when it is real. I have to have that evidence. So sometimes there's one time I talked to my sister because I was all over my head. Like I was really, really getting jealous so much. And the thing is, this is very, very new to me. Like I've had relationships before my husband right now, but never had this feeling. Never. And then all of a sudden I had that. And it's almost like chaotic in my own head. Like, what is this feeling? Like never had this before. So there's one time I even talked to my sister just to check on me. Like, is this real? Do you think this is real? Or am I doing this? And that's the thing. It's very important that you have people around you that you trust, like you really trust, and that you value what they say. It doesn't matter if it hurts you, it doesn't matter if truth hurts, but also at the same time, if you think even just a tiny bit, I hope there is, because I'm just lucky that I think I have, self-awareness, that I have to check on myself. And I don't think I have ego as well, when it comes to things like this. So I think I'm just one of the lucky ones that I try to kind of like understand and layer out what's real and what's not. And I kind of accept those things that I have to ask people around me if I'm doing wrong, if I'm doing okay, if I'm doing bad things. Because sometimes there are things you do that you yourself cannot understand. And for you, could be right. This is a good thing for you. But understand there are people outside of us that see things that we cannot see. So very important that you have a support system like I do. And I hope you do have that. So what are you saying? Paano may evidence ka hindi lang concrete? Kaso ayaw umamin. Walang aamin hanggang kamatayan na. 'Di ba? Ayan. And you were never jealous? Were there not other women who wanted your man? Yes, there is. And the thing is, to answer this question, I am not the type of a person where, and this is why I don't like jealous people in a relationship, because this is the thing. I know what I got. My husband is not ugly at all. Some people would say like he's really, really, really pretty. And I'm proud of it. Like, I got that. So for me, when we walk outside the streets, a lot of girls would stare at him. First, because he's a foreigner in Japan. Second, he doesn't look like most of the foreigners in Japan. He's really kind of hot. So so people stare at him, especially women. And for me, you know what sometimes I like to do if I can actually do it is kind of like, because he likes holding my hand. So we're holding hands. And then if we pass some certain girls that stares at him, I just wanted to do the kind of like back look, kind of like that, and then do the in my own head, in my own head. But nah, I don't have. I'm proud of it. I'm proud of, like, and the thing is, it's also like accountability. There's a saying in the Philippines, BFF. Mwah, 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 mwah. There's a saying in the Philippines, if you don't want people, man or woman, stare at your significant other, then don't be with someone that are hot, beautiful, pretty, handsome. Pick someone that no one would stare at. Pick someone that wouldn't be noticed. We have a saying like that in the Philippines, which is really, 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 really harsh, but that's the truth. So Do you think your man is a passport bro? No, not at all. Because, like, the thing is, there's a stigma when it comes to passport bro. So, if I would get into the perspective of people who have, like stigma that being a passport bro is really bad. If I come from that kind of point of view, I would tell you he isn't. And I don't have to explain why because it's kind of like our personal thing. And then the second one is if I'm just, like considering well, first of all, when they say passport bro, it's just supposed to be black American, right? Black man. Well, he's not black. So there you go to answer your question. And then there's another one, guys. Ayan, ano pa ba? So there's another one of these guys. Let's see. Hold on, you guys. Persecutory. I hope I pronounced this correctly. Persecutory. Persecutory. People with this type of delusional disorder believe, bakit parang ano, saglit nga guys, sa buhok ko. Ayan. People with this type of delusional disorder believe someone or something is mistreating, spying, or attempting to harm them or someone close to them. People with this type of delusional disorder may make repeated complaints to legal authorities. So I might have to explain this in Tagalog. So ito yung persecutory. So ito yung mga tao, and I've seen this quite multiple times in my life anyways. I don't know about yours, but if you have this type of people in your life or you experience this type of people, share your stories in the comments down below. I want to read them. I want to kind of like do it, stuff like that. Let me know. These are the people like, alam mo yung mga tao sa Pilipinas, sa Pilipinas talaga. Sa Pilipinas, guys, yung tipong hindi ka naman maingay, pero ilang beses ka nirereklamo sa barangay kasi maingay ka raw. Ayun yun, guys. Kasali sila dito, guys. Ayan. And then, the other one, ayan. Somatic. Ooh, I like that term. Somatic. People with this type of delusional disorder believe that they have a physical issue or medical problem, such as a parasite or a bad odor. Ay, wow. So kapag feeling mo mabaho ka, ibang ka pala. Ano ba yun? Nakakaloka naman yun. So if you think you have a bad odor and you're not, but you feel like you do, that counts as your delusion. So guys, it's so, and this is the reason that's why sometimes when it comes to mental health, you have to be very, very kind of informative. It's not easy to put information out there when it comes to mental health because one, it's a very serious matter. Second, there's a lot of people out there that are really struggling with their mental health. And thirdly, it's such a very, very kind of like in a way, there's a line where it becomes normal and then it becomes not normal. So for us normal people that doesn't have a PhD on something and we're just trying to get information from this is very important and I'm treating this as as serious as I can, but at the same time knowing that I want you to be interactive and as well trying to get this information without being so overburdened or like in a negative way because it's so serious. I'm putting humor in it. So if you're watching this and if you're, struggling with your mental health, Just remember that I'm here and I'm laughing, I'm making humor, I'm making jokes, but it doesn't mean that I'm not taking this seriously. I'm just thinking this like this is just who I am, and I wanted you to just feel that there's something like if I can only give a positivity or like something like a lightened feeling that you can take this, like it's not really a bad thing. Like you can go to a therapy, you can go to a doctor, you can ask for support. Like some people who have health problems, they're ashamed, they're embarrassed, the real ones, the real people that has real problems. They're so embarrassed, they're so cringe to accept that they have it and tell people around them and ask for help because of the stigma. So I just feel like if I'm going to approach this in a way that it's okay, we can, like smile about it, we can find, like humor on it and still talk about the real deal, then I want to try that out. And if you feel that it does help, let me know. I have social media. You can DM me on those things because I do somehow in my a little effort, I hope I could really get you informed. And sa mga Tagalog dyan, guys, like napaka-importante. I know I grew up in the Philippines. I know how hard information. English na naman. Guys, on English speakers, I'm just gonna translate this in Tagalog. Ayan. Sa mga Tagalog dyan, lumaki din ako sa Pilipinas, guys. Alam ko kung gaano kalimitado yung mga impormasyon na pwede nating matanggap. Especially sa daming mga yung pwede tayong maging busy sa buhay natin na nakakalimutan natin na knowledge is really, really important. Minsan, imbis na yung magbasa tayo ng libro, pag-aralan natin yung mga bagay na pwedeng yung makatulong sa atin, especially sa mga tao na talagang nahihirapan at may mga talagang may nararamdaman or talagang there are ang hirap mag-Tagalog guys in the process and struggling through their mental health. Just know that andito lang ako. Sana, i-promote nyo rin to, magbigay kayo ng tamang impormasyon. And I hope I'm doing justice on information that I'm giving you guys. And if I'm not, let me know because I also I'm sharing this information, but at the same time I'm also just learning the same as you guys. What I learn is what I'm trying to share with you guys. So if you know better than me, or at least you know more than me, let me know. Talk with me and stuff like that. Ayan. Sorry naman, boss, kung nahihirapan ka magtagal. Hindi, ito naman. Minsan lang talaga. Kasi naman, guys, syempre, from, in the house, I speak two languages. When I go to work for long hours and long periods of time, I only speak Japanese throughout the day. And then I come home and then there's Tagalog. So sometimes, yung utak ko naguguluhan na kung ano ba sasabihin ko. 'Di ba, guys? And thank you, Icy. Thank you, Wilamy. I do really appreciate you guys. You just don't know how much, like you guys have teach me a lot within these 2 years. And I know this month is my second year in doing live streams. Ah, thank you. Thank you, Shirley. Thank you so much. Ayan. Like for this month is my second year live streaming, I think. So I learned a lot from you guys. Like I really did. Like there is a lot of things that I didn't know exist in me, like the patience, the tolerance. Am I saying that correct? Like trying to welcome other people even though I don't know them, trying to understand different perspective because they don't know where I'm coming from. Your life stories, are all chikahan one on one. A year of chikahan one on one is really, really amazing for me. And I know I know some people that actually message me and they love those people that guest in Chikahan one on one because it's opened their mind that they're not alone. So I've learned a lot from you guys and I hope you won't get tired of me. O, di ba? Emotional na. Anyways, guys, and while me, thank you, thank you. So, thank you, guys. Thank you for being that. O, di ba? Ayan, malapit na ata akong reglahin, guys. Nagiging emotional ako. And thank you so much, guys. I really, really love it. Mwah. Thank you. And these are all for you guys. I hope I can do something different next time. I'll try harder, guys. Hulaga! Di ba? Ay, maluha-luha ba? Hindi yung ilaw yun, guys. It's the lighting. It really, really irritates my eyes. I'm actually like looking into some sunglasses for blue light, but I don't know. When I talk about you guys, and I'm not, okay, let's do this. Okay, I'm gonna answer that question. Well, I mean, sasagutin ko talaga yan, di ba? Ayan. Sagutin ko yung question na yan. No, the thing is, pumipiyok. Pumiyok ba ako? Kayo naman, pinansin niyo pa talaga yun. Thank you, Madam Wiley. Mwah! Thank you, guys. And of course, to Shirley, mwah! Thank you. Baka nagkalat na yung lipstick ko. Ayan. The thing is, guys, I'm being serious, when I say, and I've told this many times. I could be really, really aggressive. Like if I like you or if I'm really happy about something and I really, really appreciate you and, the gratitude is there, I can be like overboard. It might not show on my face, it might not show on my body language, but deep in my heart, sa putura ng puso ko, guys, I become emotional, Kasi emotional naman akong tao, guys. Ganto lang ako pero hindi naman ako hindi naman ako bato, guys. So, I found out that you guys are actually really, really important in a sense because you make me believe that there's hope in humanity. There's hope in humanity. Sometimes, all these things happening in the world with all this movement, the craziness, the entitled people, the people that just used other people, take advantage of people that are really, really in the bottom of their life. This pissed me off. Like it's so hard to look at them. It's really hard to look on earth like that. So, for you guys, knowing that there's people out there that feel the same way as me and people that are actually going to kind of like interact with you and have a real discussion and letting you know that there's love and real people still out there, you guys give me hope that there's a future, a nice people that would surround my kids when they're adults. Sabay ganun eh. Sa mga anak ko pala yun eh, no? Diba? Ayan. And Felipe G, you're here. Ayan, mega love shout out, Felipe G. Mwah, 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 mwah. Thank you, Felipe G. I do appreciate all of you guys. Just know that. And that's why pagpasensyahan niyo na ako, guys. When it comes to you guys, I just accept the fact that I think, ano ba yun sa English, you grew on me. Tama ba yun? You guys grow on me. Is that the term? Felipe, am I am I saying the term correctly, English speakers in the house. I hope I do. But you really touch my pucho. You really touch my heart. And I really, really am thankful. I thought I'm going to be a loner. I'm just going to have me and people that I have right now. I didn't know I could open up and love other people as well. So it's really a blessing. And thank you for giving me that. And I hope I give something back to you guys. I really hope. I'm trying here, guys. I'm really, really am trying. Ayan. And what would you do if your husband, that's not gonna happen. It will never happen. He's just really a private person. Like if I'm not private anymore because obviously I have this, but nah, it's not gonna happen. It's just no way. There's no way. Ayun. Agoy, pang Miss Universe ng sagot. Ay, talaga ba? Pwede ba? Pasok ba? Pasok ba yung sagot ko? That's nice. Sometimes I feel like I talk stupid. Ayan. Hi, I've been listening to two live stream in turn at two times speed. Oh my God, Felipe G. I hope you're doing fine. Ayan, you're not confused. Okay? Ayan. So, and the last one of a type of delusional disorder that we have is mixed. These are people that have two or more all the things that I have just said. So those are the things, guys. So earlier I talked about this. Like there are types of disorders, and I've tell this that that's kind of like why I kind of like wanted to have a discussion about this because I'm not a PhD. I don't have any license when it comes to mental health, but I'm looking into it, like in the future, maybe I really would want to do that. But at the same time, it's important that we understood the differences of these things. And that is why, what is the difference between delusional disorder and schizophrenia? So, sa mga Tagalog dyan, guys, I don't know how much you know about schizophrenia. Not just Filipinos, but other people. I don't know how much you heard about this schizophrenia. So, schizophrenia, I hope I pronounced that correctly. I feel like I don't, is a spectrum or range of conditions that involve psychotic symptoms, which include disorganized speech or behavior, negative symptoms, a decrease in emotion in a person's facial expressions and motivations. And delusional disorder is different from schizophrenia because there aren't any other psychotic symptoms other than delusions. So, in addition, in contrast to schizophrenia, delusional disorder is relatively rare. It's rare. And daily functioning isn't as impaired as it is in schizophrenia. So, those are the things. So, who does delusional disorder affect? So, delusional disorder most often occurs in middle to late life. Interesting. With the average age of onset being 40 years. Interesting. So the persecutory and jealous types of delusional disorder are more common in people assigned male at birth. Ooh, jeez. And the erotomanic type is more common in people assigned female at birth. Wow. Look at that, guys. Persecutory and jealous types are more prevalent on assigned male at birth. Interesting. What's assigned male at birth means? Oh my God. And erotomanic is for female. And nasa na tayo, guys? Ayan. Baliw na yung schizophrenia. Kaibangan lang. Delusional. Exactly, guys. So yung schizophrenia, it's a different, like it's a, it's a different thing. You really, really have to basically be under medication, like like psychiatrists, psychologists, and stuff like that. So I feel those people. Well, I not feel because I don't have it. I mean, I empathize to them. Ayan. So, people who tend to be socially isolated are more likely to develop delusional disorder. So, basically, yung mga loner guys. So, these are more. Ito yung pwedeng mangyari talaga sa kanila. And that's the reason sometimes I feel like in this world, we have to take care of each other. It's not gonna hurt as long as you keep it in balance, guys, because there's something like pakialamera sa kapitbahay between sa nagmamalasakit lang. There's a thin line that differentiate those people being nosy and just caring for another person. So you have to kind of like understand the difference. So these are the people and populations are included. So immigrants have language barriers. So I would assume those people that live, like different countries. So if you know anybody, that basically left their country and come to your country and they don't know the language, kind of like, empathize in a way. If they're nice, be friends with them, kind of know them. So at least one person at a time, we can actually save one person at a time with this so-called delusional disorder. It would, mean a lot to those people, I would assume. Mga nasa mental institutions na yata yan, I see. No, the thing is with schizophrenia, um, I've I've heard hearsay, guys, hearsay. Don't count me on this. Just heard I've just heard people that actually, if they really take care and know exactly what they have, and they actually on top of those things like their medications and stuff, then they can actually live like us. Well, I don't know. I'm not them, so like I what I mean to say is they can function in the society if they're know if they know they have that and they're on top of that, they're trying to do the best, like best, not medication but solution to their ailments. Yung mga nakakatakot na minsan, yes. So, sometimes it's so hard because mental health problems are very stigmatized in a lot of places. But at the same time, I think we really need to pay attention, especially if it's a family member, friend, even co-workers, people you don't know, but kind of like you see them every day. It's nice to know that there's someone out there, because if it's, for example, if you have a kid or a family member that is in a different country and they feel the same thing, wouldn't you want someone, a stranger even, to actually kind of care and check up on them? So that's how I kind of process things in my head, and I hope you guys too. What do you like? What do you think is the cause of mental problems like delusions? What do I think? And that's what we're talking about, 100% true. And people who are deaf. Hmm, interesting. That's another one, guys. People who are deaf and people who are visually impaired. Um, I'm trying not to make a joke. And elderly people. So those are the four people that could develop delusional disorder. So, hi, Icy. My cat's birthday is coming up soon, and I got a new product days ago. Hello, hello, Hayden Keto. How are you doing? And of course, to your cat. Happy, 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 happy birthday to your cat, Ayan. What's your cat's name, Hayden? There you go. Ayan. So those are the thing, guys. So for now, this is where we comes down to. So I'm running out of time. So, what causes delusional disorder? I assume this is your question, 100% true. So, we're going to go through this. If you want to check the whole article, I'm going to put the link in the description box down below. Read it yourself, kind of like, learn some things about it, and maybe you'll find it interesting, and maybe you can apply it to yourself if you think you're one of them in silence or in like in discreetly. So I'm gonna put the link in the description box down below. O, diba? Ayan. So, genetic factors, genes, ayan, mga nahawa yan, guys. So, if you know you have a family history of this, then you might as well just check it out for yourself, check out a doctor and stuff like that, so you know the risks. Biological factors, ayan, abnormalities in your brain that might be involved in the development. So it could be an imbalance of certain chemicals in your brain, and we've talked about this. It's very important. That's why you have to have a good nutrition, exercise. You have to do these things for your hormones, guys. Environmental and psychological factors. Ayan, alcohol use disorder. I've talked about this many times. Alcohol, if you have problems, don't drink alcohol. It's just not really a good combo. It's a downer. So, you know, stuff like that. And any substance, and if you're going to do this, just really, really understand those things. Ayan. And how it is diagnosed. Ayan. So, paano natin to madadiagnosed? I, uh, okay. Me and my cat is doing good. Ayan, let's do this. Ayan, guys. I want to hear you guys. And I named her Ashima after the pretty train from Thomas and Friends. Are you still into Thomas and Friends? Ayan, that's good. And happy birthday, Ashima. Ayan, diba? I hope I pronounced that correctly. I probably never told people this, but I actually suffer from autism spectrum disorder. It isn't harmful, however, it can cause kids and adults with disorder to be sensitive to noises. Ooh. I hope I'm not, how do you call that? You're not sensitive to my noisy voice, Hayden. Ayan. But yes, Hayden is in a autism spectrum disorder. And hopefully in this coming, like we have so much packed topics. I want to also like talk about this one as well. It's kind of like not close to home, but like my BFF is talking about this stuff. So I really kind of want to share awareness about this as well. Immigrants who have a language barrier, but I'm in Korea. I see. What if, what if, what if I'm delusional? And that's where we're here for 100% true. Like if you really think that you feel like you are having a hard time differentiating the reality to imagination, we're here, like you can talk to us, but you have to. And the thing is, this is one of the things, I kind of liked about you as well, is that you're not shying away from the information, even though it's not in your same belief or perspective. You can actually comprehend it, and then it's up to you whether you kind of like go into that path. But if it doesn't, then we can agree to disagree, which is very, very important. So we're here for you, 100% true. And Morning Fox and Service Survivor, mega, mega, mega love shout out to you. And good morning, Servo from Hayden and Hayden Yo. And here is a tip to save someone's life. If a person, or a random one, if they look drunk, ask them to do a smile. And if the smile looks droopy, they're having a stroke. That's a good information, Hayden. Well, Hayden, you're really, really a smart kiddo, I am. So I'm really happy that from time to time you can, interact with us. I really, like just I always sometimes forget you're a kid sometimes. And nah, I can handle your loud voice. If it was in public and crowded, I'd probably complain a little. But I don't mind your voice. Plus, I do have headphones, so I can turn down the volume. Oh, that's kind of cool. It's also pronounced as au, 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 ooh, autism. 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 God, I'm so bad at this, Hayden. Sometimes I have really hard time pronouncing stuff. Like if you opening your mouth and doctors say ah, and you open your mouth, I'm not a good explainer. And autism, autism. Is that good? Is that good enough? I hope that's good enough. So this is could be the last one that I'm gonna talk about this, guys. Let's see if I can do this. That's good. Autism. Good. Thank you, Hayden. Appreciate that. And so delusional disorder is diagnosed is if someone is experiencing signs and symptoms of delusional disorder. And so 100% true, you probably want to talk about this. And a healthcare provider will perform a complete medical history and physical examination. So, although there aren't any laboratory tests to diagnose delusional disorder, their healthcare provider might use various diagnostic tests, such as imaging tests, urine drug screen, and blood tests to rule out any physical conditions, medications, or substances that could be causing the disorder. So those are the things, guys. So, ayan. And of course, another one to diagnose is if a person has one or more delusions for 1 month or more that can't be explained by any other condition. Ooh, interesting. So that's it, you guys. Diba? So that is as I've said, I'm gonna put the description link, the link of this article. If you want to read it to yourselves, go into that. I am. So I wish I found a girl like you. Her and I would talk all night in between the spontaneous drills. Ooh, spicy. Ayan, you're doing good. Thank you, Hayden. Arigato. Ayan. And Austin. Austin. Autism. No problem. Whew. See, and sometimes I use tolerance, toleration, and sometimes I would have words like, how do you call that? Like words like what is the one that I did? Like sometimes I would use Lee or like less when it is not a word or something. I sometimes do that for some weird reason. But if I made a mistake on my English, I'm sorry. And if I do the he or she, I do vice versa. Let me know. I'm trying to correct that one for years now. I don't know why it's not corrected. So, anyways, there's also one that I kind of wanted to react on. It's from a YouTube Shorts, and I don't know if you know this girl, but because I've been doing react videos for a while now, there's this kind of like people that I guess they're pretty popular when it comes to like talking about society or like social issues. So we're going to talk about this, and this is actually about. Hold on, let me put it up. Ayan. This is a female delusional calculator. So I don't know, guys, if you've ever heard about this, but when I was researching delusional, it just come up. I've watched it and I looked into this, and I guess she's popular. The comment section with Brett Cooper, I think the channel. So sometimes she would put a lot of opinions and reactions on things. And that's what we're going to talk about. Never heard of this. And I just kind of want to react on this one. And that's about how they diagnose Tourette syndrome. There is no test to tell if it's Tourette, so they do many tests, and it's a process of elimination how they figure it's Tourette's. And yes, and the thing is, Servo, there's a lot of people, and one of the things that I really take a lot of, like, trying to get a glimpse of mental health in a way that I feel like I'm learning. Like, even though I heard things here and there, I'm trying to research on these things as I'm sharing this to you guys. Because, like, with Tourette syndrome, as you've said, it's not like there's really no test to tell if it's Tourette's, but at the same time, there's like you and people that I've never actually known in person, someone who has Tourette's, never seen in person, but I've heard a lot of people that are faking Tourette's for attention. You know what I mean? For clout. So this is the reason that I take a serious matter when it comes to mental health. And I want you guys to know the difference between the real thing and just because it's just in your head and you're making things up, which is hence delusional. So those are the things that I really, really, really wanted to share about you guys. So we can eliminate the fake ones. I also got a new game from Steam. I might probably record my gameplay, but I'm not really good at the game. But keeps practicing and you'll become better, is what they say. Definitely. Definitely, Hayden. As I've said, 1% better every day. That's all we have to do. And when it comes to gaming, you're a kid, your muscle memory are still there. So it's very easy for you to pick up these things. But also me, like I'm trying to like really be good at my game as well. I'm actually playing Battlefield right now. I'll probably play soon after this. So guys, ayan. And Servo from Hayden. Basically the disorder you are talking about, it can make people make these little noises. Yes, I guess. Ayan. And I suffer from, whew, this is a very, very, very big word. I've never heard about this, Aiden. Klinefelter syndrome. Did I pronounce that correctly? It's an extra X chromosome. Ooh, hold on. I might have to take note of that. Like I have to. Klinefelter syndrome. I'm very conservative guy. I'm very old school. I have a pen and a paper. Klinefelters. Yeah, guys. Okay. I'm going to look into this. I've never seen this word. I've never. Since I am a boy, the syndrome made me look like a girl. But I have actually questioned myself times before. I was like, am I in the wrong body? Or like, am I even a boy? So when, well, this is kind of private, Hayden. So I'll just take what you tell to us rather than I ask you questions. Although I have so much questions, and I have Tourette syndrome, and trust me, I used to make many loud noises and many random movements. I actually like Sweet Alita. I really like her. Hayden, Tourette's isn't just vocal tics, but may just be physical tics. Yes. And, like it's happening out there. And it really breaks my heart knowing that there's people. It's not break my heart. That's kind of like over exaggeration. I would just say it irritates me It's super cringy. Like I've watched this, like there's a girl in TikTok, I would assume, where everyone is just, I don't even know TikTok. It's like, I know there's wonderful, informative out there that are TikTok creators, but sometimes it's just hard to take it seriously. But there's this girl, she's just really faking it. And you know why? For attention. It's like, yes, we all need attention. We get it. Each one of us. Like, it doesn't matter who we want to have an attention with, but it's just part of human behavior. We need attention. It just matters how much you want it and how much desperate you want to have attention. So it's just weird that you'll go on to that. That's a meaning of delusional, thinking. That's another type of delusional that we just said. See, we're learning today. People who actually fake that they have Tourette syndrome, and some people actually believe they do, but they don't. You know what I'm saying? And the weird thing is, as Servo says, there's really no test about this. And I don't know any more information behind that, just what you are telling me. But that's the thing, guys. These things are happening, and it's just like, for me, it's like crazy. It's like, what? I cannot say that word, but what the f? What I'm saying? What's going on in the world right now? Why? I can't. I don't understand it. Yes, you pronounced it good. Thank you. Arigato. Ayan. And oh, interesting, Felipe. See, this is what I like. Like, this is making it like really, really nice that we actually using internet, the technology to learn something. And I like this. And really thank you guys. Really, really thank you. And I haven't had vocal tics since I was a teenager. Thankfully, only motor tic. And I have now is this shoulder shrug thing. Oh, like that. Oh, okay. And I remember when I was talking about puberty on one of your streams before, and it was about my voice. Some months later, it's starting to become deeper. And then because the thing is, like, Hayden, because I have two boys as well, like, your voice really changed. It's like, sometimes there's actually, and these are my kids, okay? These are my kids. So I live with them. But there's like one moment when they hit that, the peak of their, like, one of my boys hit the peak of his puberty, and I was like in the kitchen. I was like cooking something, and then he came home, and I didn't hear that he came home, and then he said this in his voice, deeper voice. Like, I almost throw the frying pan away because it really, like, I felt that it's somebody's voice. So those are like the, little things that's just funny and kind of, weird. If you have the same experience, mothers out there, let me know in the comments down below. I want to know if it's just not me, so I don't feel bad about myself. Yeah, like Cartman from South Park. Cartman. Um, for attention, is it really attention when our fans are begging for it? Well, the thing is, we have to understand, why would you fake it? You know, some people are gullible, like, at one point of my life, I'm a gullible girl. Like, I'll believe anything you say because you say so, stuff like that. I'm not going to question you, and I'm going to shut up, even though I have questions in my head because, I don't know you. But as I'm saying, it's not, you know, it's so easy to blame the fans, but that's an effect. There are people out there that just really bless their hearts and soul. They just believe things, and it's part of the educational purposes. That's why you have to learn and be open minded. And there are just, how do they start? It's like, why would you fake your ticks? There's two that I could think of. And this is just my observation. One reason, clout, you know, attention. Second, as I've said, and the topic of tonight's live stream, delusional disorder, mental sickness, you know. So it's because your kid was getting bigger vocal cords, and that is the reason why why boys' voice get deeper. Yes, no, it's almost yeah, and the point of that story is it's my kid, and I'm shocked and weirded out by his voice. Ayan. What if just playing an online character to appease her fans but different in real life? No, it's not like that. 100% true. The story that I was talking about is he, I mean, she, because it was supposed to be trans, I think. But, I don't know. I'm just really weirded out. I don't know how to say this, but basically she was, and it doesn't matter in the story anyways, but so her channel is built in telling people and kind of like, I don't know, sharing awareness that she has Tourette's when she doesn't. So, well, I mean, I could be wrong, there's always a chance like that because I never really dig deep on that. I just, watch a kind of like documentary kind of thing about it, which is kind of weird. I see. Is this the real you offline? Ask admin. Ask admin if this is me in real life. You know what? This is me in real life, except in here, I have filters. I don't curse. I behave. I choose my words, and I'm more animated, because I have to kind of like reach out to you guys. If I'm just going to talk like this with you guys, like normal and like this, you cannot feel what I'm saying. So, it's just a matter of like being a content creator. I have to interact with you guys as much as I can. So maybe like the smile, but I do smile, guys, but I don't smile too much, but with you in this, even at work, I smile a lot because you guys are basically my customers kind of thing, and my community in here and at work customers. So those are the things. But my character, how I think, how I talk, this is the whole me. Ayan. And I'll be uploading another video right now. Yes, I didn't like it seems like you've been gone, like you're not uploading any new video at all. Doesn't it get tiring having to reach out to us at all the times? Not all the times. It's like Saturday, once a week, right? 100% true. We only talk in here. Like this is my only time to basically get you guys time. The people that actually have time for me as well. So, but I accept that. I accept that. And I like doing this. I like sharing information. I like, learning. And it's actually nicer if you're trying to learn something, especially about life with other people. It's much interesting and exciting. It's adventures in a way. Ayan. So anyway, so let's do this. Just one of this, and then we'll gonna react this. So I don't know if you guys hear about female delusional calculator. Never heard of this word before. So Ayan. So Hayden admin is in there. She's definitely gonna do that now. So yeah, we're gonna figure these things out. So oh, processing. Yes, yes. Damn, last night's like workout did me. Me too. Like my butt, my hamstring. It's all just, it's all tight right now. What would you have done before technology? Let's say 1976. Never really thought about it yet. But Ask that again next time. But ask that again before we end. 100% true. But we're gonna do this. So, what is the female delusional calculator? And let's try to do this. Oh, hold on. So I don't know if you know this girl, guys. And Playhouse 100%. And Playhouse. We have done before technology. Playhouse. And thanks, admin. I am from Hayden. So let's watch this and let's see if you know this about this, guys.
No.
Okay. Hold on. Let me recap this, okay? So this is a real thing. Yes. Oh yeah, Brad Cooper is cool. I know. I've never like just by doing all the React videos that I've been doing and uploading. And if you didn't check them out, check them out. Let me know. Let me know your points of view, guys. I do upload them. There's a lot of there in uploads. Watch them. I'll appreciate that if you watch them as well. Muted? Oh, hold on. Okay. Let me do this again, guys. It's mute. Hold on. Let me do that. Let me do that again. Let's try that out again. Thank you, Lipe. Thank you. We can't hear the sound. Hold on. Let's try that again. How do you do this? Hold on, you guys. Okay. Now it's fine. I'm pretty sure it's fine now. Hopefully. Let's see. Okay. Let me know if you hear it.
This is what I'm gonna love. This is backed by the United States Census Bureau. It's factual data. Define a man of my dreams. So I'm gonna plug this in here. 28 to 45. Any race, color, white, black, or Asian. I'm gonna exclude obese men. I'm sure you don't want an obese guy. And let's just
Loud and clear. I 100%. I play it with my toy or board games or build with Legos. Oh, that's Service Survivor's answer with your question 100% true. So what would you have done before technology? Ayan. Good. Ayan. So, yes. Continue.
just say they need to make at least 100K a year. Let's see what the probability of you finding that person in America that's non-married. You have a 5.6% chance.
So apparently, all these high-value men are just off the market by age 28. Good luck, people. So what you're saying is if I eat less tacos, I'll be a rare catch. Though TBH, I'll probably just stick with tacos. Sounds better than dealing with women, to be honest. But I mean, this also is kind of sad because it's showing the fatness of America. We need help.
I'm going to record this. It's called the Female Delusional Calculator. Now watch this.
Do you understand that, guys? So I just really feel like this is a different, different category of what we should talk about, especially right now that, hold on, you guys. Especially right now that it seems to me that there's a lot of, expectations and, those delusional expectations and requirements for a partner is just really out there. And if you notice, guys, lately we've been talking about like dating and what are you looking for a partner, there's a lot of like, if you are in that bubble of like watching dating, how to date, those red pill, blue pill, black pill, all of those movements out there, there's a lot of this rants, but at the same time, I just don't see it in a woman as well. There's also like men's expectations with a woman they want to be with. There's a lot of, I guess, delusionals that are going on. And I feel like, this is another different conversation and discussion that we should talk more about, how to find your loved partner and such and such. So next week, Saturday, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about all of it. Like, how delusional can a person be when it comes to finding a partner in this year, in this generation, in Earth, diba? 2023. So if you like all of those things that I've said, please come back here next Saturday, Japanese Standard Time, 9:45 p.m. We're going to talk about that. If you want to be a panel in the live stream, in the next topic that we're going to talk about, let me know. Follow me on my social media. It's all in the description box down below. And also, if you have any questions for our next live stream, anything at all, if you have any questions about life in Japan, be a personal trainer, anything at all, except for my private life, follow me on social media, DM me those questions, or comment in the videos that you are watching in my channel. So that's it for tonight. So any questions, guys? Any questions, guys? And I've used this thing. Oh, the how do you call that? Female delusional calculator. Or just play outside. That's why I'm talking to Japanese women. For why? Porque? Ayan. And from Admin Hayden. Yan, thank you. So, the question earlier, and you guys actually answer. Thank you for, interacting with 100% true. So, what would you have done before technology? 1976. Oh, on top of my head. I'm not thinking hard, okay? I'm just on the top of my head, okay? It could change depending on how deep I would think about this. But on top of my head, I would say, I know what's 1976, but I would say going to a lot of concerts. Seeing those people back in the day that are legendary musicians, artists, those amazing people back in the day. Yeah, like, those are the things that I want to experience. Like, know a lot of people back in the day, concerts, raves, all of those things, probably. Although, is that 1976? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, where it's all like, it's not hippie, but like it's almost like they call it something in America about, like opening their minds, all of those things. That is where I'm going, because I've heard the experiences of these people back in the day when they get their mind open in such. Well, if you know what I mean, let me know in the comments down below if you get what I mean. But for you guys that don't get it, I couldn't say it, But that is what I'm definitely going to do. Visit a lot more places, try hard to kind of like just enjoy the real discussions, real connections with people without the bullshit, without all this social status quo, without all this how much followers do you have, or I just want to, like enjoy those little things, back in the day. Great answer. Of who? Who answers the great? Ayan. And the fatness American problem the vid was talking about. Yes, definitely yes. So there's a lot. That's actually another thing, that I actually I'm gonna do podcast very, very soon. I've said it. I hope you support that as well. I'm gonna upload some kind of like, your comments in my videos. That's how I'm gonna interact more of it. And like different thoughts, if you kind of like wanted to ponder thoughts with me, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna upload podcast audio only about little thoughts here and there, just to ponder about life. So I hope you like that as well. And of course, Master Uragon. Hey, a mega mega love shout out, Master Uragon. How are you doing? How are you doing, Uragon? Ayan. But thank you guys for being such a wonderful, wonderful part of the community. I do appreciate all of you guys. And I hope, we're making each other better every day. I hope we learn something. Even if we learn something, even before we already know this information, it's really nice if you can share this live stream. Sabay ka. But guys, thank you so much. And of course, our March challenge of the month for those who wants to like do their entry videos sa mga Pilipino dyan, guys. Kung gusto nyo may mapanalunan at mapangalanan na Miss, Mr., Mrs. March, alam yung gagawin dyan. Follow me on Facebook, and of course, send me your videos all through the entries of what are the requirements to be named as Miss, Mr., and Mrs. March. Send those, and the March challenge that you're going to work out with or do exercise, I'm going to upload it on the community in this channel. And of course, another one is I'm going to put it on my Facebook as well. What kind of video are you going to kind of challenge yourselves with? So if you're not subscribed, you want to be a part of, our fitness journey as well as life journey here in Icy Fit, subscribe, like, and share this channel, because it would mean a lot to me and hopefully to people that actually believe that I can actually do this and inspire people. Hopefully, I feel weird saying that because I don't, like, it's just really like it's been so overused with a lot of people that are, but I hope I do give you motivation, inspiration, motivation to be better. I hope I can really do that. I can enter your mga puso, mga utak, ganon. Good morning, my friend. Just listening here at work. How's your workout, Master Uragon, diba? This is one of the people as well. If you don't know him, guys, you can check his channel as well. Like he's into fitness as well. Servo, you're probably gonna like Master Uragan as well. Ayan, if I'm not mistaken, he's in the States right now, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, gonna go walk my dog later, everyone. And of course, thank you. And last one before I go, guys. Please, I know he's probably sleeping right now, but ayan. But guys, I know he's probably sleeping right now, but before I end this live stream, if you can do me a favor, guys, please do greet my nephew, my nephew from the Philippines, who is celebrating his birthday, I think yesterday. Ayan, I know today, I think it's today or yesterday, but I hope you do me a favor, say happy birthday to him. Happy birthday, Kido. Ayan. And also to Hayden's cat, Ashima. Ayan, diba? Happy birthday to you, Kido. Ayan. I hope you enjoy your birthday today. Ayan. I hope you enjoy that and, be such a wonderful boy. Ayan. To our family in the Philippines, and I really do love you. Looking forward to see you again soon. And you've grown so fast. Like, it's really fast. I cannot believe it, but you're a good kid. I love you, Kido. You know who you are. Happy birthday from you. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Thank you for being such a wonderful boy, and happy Happy birthday again. And Master Uragon! Ayan, thank you naman. May pagano'n pa si Master Uragon. Ayan, dahil dyan, Master Uragon, this is for you.
Congratulations!
Ayan. And Felipe G, happy 5 months of being such a wonderful bida ng channel na to. Mwah! Thank you guys. And this is all for you guys. Awesome! Wow! Arigato! Ayan. Diba? Arigato! Thank you guys. Arigato gozaimashita. Domo. Ayan. And thank you so much, Master Uragan. And of course, Felipe, and sa lahat ng mga bida ng channel na to all who supports, ayan, here and of course, outside of YouTube, supporting, ayan, also like, you know, not just your time, not just your effort, but also like, you know, financially supporting this channel as well. Not financially, it's just too much. What's the word, guys? But basically, you guys supporting through memberships, super chats. I really thankful for all of those things, because it's just really one of the things that I feel like, you know, it does help. It does really help for me to kind of like make this such a wonderful experience to all of us. So thank you so much, guys. And again, ano daw yun? Bahay-bahayan. Yung sabi ko kanina, IC. Yung pala yun. Anong klaseng bahay-bahayan yan? Define bahay-bahayan. O, diba? Pero, thank you guys. And again, ayan, this is IC Fit. Ayan, na nagmamahal sa inyong lahat. Kahit walang nagmamahal sa inyo, punta lang kayo dito at mamahalin ko kayo. Ayan, magsawa kayo sa boses ko. Magsermunan at magyayawan tayo dito hanggang sa matapos ako. Pero to all my English speakers as well, ayan, thank you. Again and again, so much. Just remember, I'm Japanese. I thank a lot without the bow. If you can see me, I'll probably bowing too much. So that's really a real thing. We do that here in Japan. But, you know, if I thank too much, don't be irritated. It's just half of me because I'm half Japanese. We just kind of do that thing most of the time. Thank you so much. And again, next time I'll see you. And guys, please check out my uploads, my react videos. And if you have anything that you've watched that you think that I could have some weird perspective into, or like you wanna kind of like discuss it in ICFit, you know, send me those links and I'll react them for you guys. So thank you so much. I love you all. Otsukare-sama deshita. And ayun, dahil sa channel na ito, kayo ang bida! Bye-bye, guys. Love you all. Ciao, ciao. Oyasumi.